Hello everyone, myself Dr. Preeti Yadav. I am working as assistant professor of physics in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurugram. I am from Applied Science Department. Today I will discuss equilibrium, condition of equilibrium and joints and their types. In my previous lecture, I have discussed free body diagram, supports, their types and related problems. Today I will discuss equilibrium. First of all, we are discuss some terms like first is rotational equilibrium. Rotational equilibrium means a state in which net torque is zero. Torque means turning effect of force. If torque is zero, then the body is said to be in rotational equilibrium. And the second is static equilibrium. Static equilibrium means if both translation plus rotational plus translation force is zero. Translation means there is a translation force F, and in rotation there is a torque. If both rotational equilibrium and translational equilibrium is satisfied, then the body is said to be in static equilibrium. And what is translation? If the net force on a body is equal to zero, if all the forces act on a body is zero, then the body is said to be in translational equilibrium. Next, what is equilibrium? If a body is said to be in equilibrium when both its linear and angular acceleration are zero relative to an inertial frame of reference. Then it means if a body is said to be in equilibrium can be moving, but if its linear as well as angular velocity must be constant, then the body is said to be in equilibrium condition. Let us suppose an example. If a car is moving with a constant speed, then this car are also said to be in equilibrium condition. It means the net force must be zero, called translational equilibrium. If the net torque is zero, then this body is said to be in rotational equilibrium. And for static equilibrium, both of these two conditions must be satisfied. That is, F is equal to zero as well as torque is zero. Now consider a free body diagram. Here, this is a meter stick. Here, four forces are at two forces are at along x-axis direction, and Fn and mg, which is downward and which is vertically upward force. These four forces balance to each other. Therefore, the body is said to be in translational equilibrium condition. Here, the horizontal forces Fx minus Ff is equal to 0, and vertical forces Fn and mg balance to each other. Therefore, vertical force are also equal to 0. And if the meter stick is either at rest or moving with a constant velocity. Next, here there are meter stick at which two forces minus F and F acting at the ending points of the stick. And try to rotate the stick with increasing angular velocity. Therefore, here the torque is equal to, which is equal to R cross F. Here R, total R is this 2R, and angle is 90. Therefore, 2RF sine 90 is equal to, sine 90 is equal to 1. Therefore, torque is equal to 2RF. It is clear from this equation if the torque is 0, because here minus F and F equal and opposite, and if the body is moving with the constant angular velocity, then the body is also said to be in rotational equilibrium. Therefore, the two conditions of equilibrium must be imposed to ensure that an object remains in static equilibrium. Not only must the sum of all the forces acting upon the object, but must also be zero. That is both static as well as static translational and static rotational equilibrium condition must be satisfied. The first condition is Fx Fy is equal to 0, means translational equilibrium, and the second condition is torque is 0, means rotational equilibrium. Condition for equilibrium using this example. Let us discuss condition of equilibrium using this example. Here a beam, here S1, S2 are the supports, and this is a weight which is acting downward, and this is a load attached to that beam. Here, then for the condition of equilibrium for force, this is the F1 and F2 are the two forces that is applied by the supports. Here, due to S1 is F1 and F2 is due to S2. Therefore, F1 plus F2 plus W plus L is equal to 0, because the sum of all the forces is equal to 0. And these all forces acting vertically. And assuming the direction towards any point means y direction, therefore F1j downward towards this side, upward side, therefore F1j plus F2j upward side, but in W this is acting downward, therefore here we used minus Wj, and also L is downward direction, therefore we use negative L, which is equal to 0. And simplify this equation, F1 plus F2 minus W minus L is equal to 0. This condition is sufficient to make sure that net force on the rod is 0. But 0 net force may give rise to turning of the rod. Here, if there is a F and this is minus F balanced to each other, but there is a turning effect. But in our second condition, torque must be some rotational equilibrium, torque is 0, must be equal to 0. Therefore, about any point O, the sum of the torque is also equal to 0. But torque IO is the torque due to the force Fi about any point O. Here, this is the example of equilibrium. Here, a body, a person, which is a stationary, because the weight of the person acts downward direction, and this is the opposite reaction, which is due to the Newton's second law. And these two forces balance to each other, therefore net force is 0, and the body is said to be in equilibrium condition. And these are the equation of equilibrium in 3D and 2D, means 3 dimension and 2 dimension. When a body is equilibrium in 3D, then the net force and net moment equal to 0. Here F is equal to 0 and tau is equal to 0. But in 3D, there are 3 coordinates, x, y, and z. For translational equilibrium means Fx is equal to 0, Fy is equal to 0, Fz is equal to 0. And for torque, x coordinate, sum of the x coordinate, tau x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, and Fz is equal to 0. Tau z is equal to 0. In two dimension, one direction for force and two direction of movements can be ignored. When forces exist only in the x and y direction, there cannot be movement, means torque in any that direction except z. Therefore, the equation of force and torque in two dimensions is equal to sum of the force in x direction is equal to 0, sum of the force in y direction is equal to 0, and torque is only in the z direction. There is no torque in x and y direction. And there are some example related to condition of equilibrium. A person is holding a 100 Newton weight, the 100 Newton weight of 12 kilogram mass approx by a lightweight negligible mass rod AB. This rod is 1.5. The total length of AB is 1.5 meter long and weight is hanging at a distance of 1 meter from the end A. Here weight is hanging 1 meter from the end A, which is on a table. This is a table. How much force should the person apply to hold the weight? कितना force लगाएगा person इस weight को hold करने के लिए? And the condition of equilibrium is, first is sum of the external sum of the forces is equal to 0. Therefore, F is equal to 0. Here F1 force and N force. F1 plus N minus, because this is downward direction 100, all these forces is vertical direction, therefore we have used J is equal to 0. F1 plus N is equal to 100. This is equation 1. Also the second condition for equilibrium is torque is equal to 0 and the sum of the torque at point A is equal to 0. Second condition. Here, because torque is equal to R cross F and R is in the X direction, therefore we have used I. Here 1 into the weight is equal to F is here 100 but in downward direction, therefore we used minus 100 which is vertically downward, therefore we have used J, plus the total 1.5 I cross F1 is the upward, therefore we have used only positive direction and J is equal to 0. This is second equation. Now we know that I cross J is equal to K, therefore minus 100K plus 1.5 F1K is equal to 0. Solving this equation, F1 is equal to 100 upon 1.5, that is equal to 200 by 3 Newton. N is the Newton, not force. This is the unit of the force. This value put in equation 1 and the value of force N is equal to 100 by 3 and here N is the Newton unit of force and there is N is the notation for force and that this is the total force. Now the second question is, what is the value of the force applied in the vertical direction that is needed to lift the weight? Assume the brick corner to be rough so that it provides frictional force. Here the 100 centimeter long rod, here F force acting downward, this is frictional force. And with the opposite direction, this is the component of N sine theta is the vertical component and this is the downward force which is 100 Newton. Now solve this equation. The fulcrum applies force N is perpendicular to the rod. Here N is perpendicular to the rod. So if apply only vertical force, that the rod tends to slip to the left. अगर हम यहाँ पे only vertical लगाएंगे तो रोड कहाँ slip होगी? Left side में, because of this weight and the component of N in that direction. And the equilibrium condition is sum of force is equal to 0, which is N sine theta. N sine theta is horizontal component N sine theta minus F cos theta with the component of F which is opposite F cos theta, which is horizontal, and therefore we X along X direction I, plus N cos theta whose vertical, N cos theta horizontal vertical, minus F sine theta and minus 100 here 100 vertically and minus F. This is vertical, therefore we used J is equal to 0 and n sine theta is equal to f cos theta, and n cos theta minus f sine theta minus 1000 minus f is equal to 0. And also the second equilibrium condition, torque is equal to 0. Therefore, 0.9 I into minus f, 0.9 convert into meter, 0.9, and this is the distance I we have used, and minus f because it's the downward direction and we used j, plus minus opposite direction minus 0.1 meter, and the force 1000 which is downward direction, therefore we used negative and j, and solve this equation. We get f is equal to this value, and this is n is the unit and this is the total force. The next topic is joint. What is joint? A joint is a connection between two or more links at their nodes, which allows some motion or potential motion between the connected links. Basically, joint is a connection between two or more links. Here, this red point shows the joint that connected through a link. This blue line represents the link. Link basically क्या है? Building blocks of the structure. Here, this is a robot basic. Here, red represents the joints, and this line represents the links, and therefore joint connected through a link. Now, joint can be classified in several ways. First is by the type of contact between the elements, line, point or surface. Now, second is by the number of degrees of freedom allowed at the joint. And third is by the type of physical closure of the joint, either force or form closed. And fourth is by the number of links, joint, order of the joint. Here, there is a binary joint, where binary means connected on through a two links only. There is two links. This is ternary joint. Ternary means there are three joints only, 1, 2, 3. And this is quaternary joint. There are four joints, 1, 2, 3, 4 joints. Now we will discuss types of joints on the basis of their degrees of freedom. What is degree of freedom? Freedom means free. Any object which is free in any direction. If the object is free in one direction, then their degree of freedom is 1. If the object is freely moved in two dimension, in two axes like x and y, then their degrees of freedom are 2. If the object is moving three direction, freely move in three direction, therefore their degrees of freedom 3. There are 6 degrees of freedom. 3 for translation and 3 for rotation. And now discuss what is rotational type of joints. In the figure, it is clear that this joint has only 1 degree of freedom. It is clear from the name that there is only rotation, therefore only 1 degree of freedom. Here, body can only rotate, not translate. Therefore, it has only 1 degree of freedom. Here, the body is constrained in axial direction. This direction, the body is not moved. Arrow represents the rotational motion, direction of the rotational motion. Next is sliding type. The figure shows the pictorial representation of the sliding type joint. This joint has only 1 degree of freedom. Therefore, in this joint, body can move easily in only in one direction. The arrow represents the inner sphere can move. This sphere can move easily along this sphere. Inner sphere, this is inner sphere, can easily move along axially, along x-axis direction. Next is helical type joint. Here this is the helical joint picture. In this, there are only a 1 degree of freedom. Here, like a screw only रोटेट इजिली. हम स्क्रू को क्या करते हैं, रोटेट कर सकते हैं अंदर इजिली. धीरे धीरे क्या होता है, वो रोटेट करते हैं, नॉट स्लाइडिंग. देयरफॉर इट हैज ओनली 1 degree ऑफ फ्रीडम. You may note that the screw is permitted to rotate only. It moves in the linear direction when it rotates, but is not possible to push it axially. Therefore, it is said to possess only 1 degree of freedom, and shown by the arrow. Next is cylindrical joint. This is the picture of the cylindrical joint. Here you can see that in this type of joint, here the body can rotate as well as slide. Therefore, the body rotate as well as slide. There are 2 degrees of freedom. Body can easily move in 2 direction. Therefore, here 2 degrees of freedom we have used along x-axis and also rotate. Next is spherical. From the name, it is clear that the body can easily move in 3 direction, 3 axes, can easily rotate all the 3 axes like x, y, z. Therefore, the body has 3 degrees of freedom. This is the pictorial representation of spherical type. This is 3 coordinates, psi, theta and phi, and this is the example of the spherical type joint. Is the ball we can use here. Also ball or a socket joint. In socket joint or ball, there are 3 degrees of freedom, and body can easily move in all the 3 axes, rotate in the 3 axes. Next is planar type joints. Here this is the example of the planar type joints. Here the bodies can move easily in y direction, x direction, and also rotate. Therefore, the body can move freely in 3 direction. Therefore, the body have 3 degrees of freedom. This is the figure for planar joint. Now, next topic is what is the method of joints. First of all, let's just study free body diagram of the entire structure. And second is compute the support reaction using equation of equilibrium. The third is the sign of magnitude of force. If the force is reversal, then we are used negative sign. Now discuss method of joints using this example. This is a structure. Here R is the knife edge. Here is a roller support. There are joints in this structure. Start from point A. As it has lesser number of forces. Here this is a point A. Here RA force and force due to this point FAC and due to this point FAD. This is a joint and these 3 forces act on the point A. Now at point C, this is also a joint. There are forces act due to this point. From this point FCB, from point A, there is a force FCA. From point D, there is a point FCD. From point E, there is a force FCE. At point B, there is a force due to support RB. There is a force From C there is a FBC. From E there is a force FBE. Next, at point D there is a force from A, from point C, from point E, and also from point P. These are the forces which act upon a point D. And similarly at point T there is a force from point C, from point B, from point D, and also from point Q. These all forces act on a point E. Now, what is the important question related to equilibrium condition and joints? First is, what is equilibrium and the types of equilibrium? Explain. Next is, what is the condition of equilibrium in 2D and 3D? And the next and the last is, explain types of joints on the basis of degrees of freedom and also methods of joints. Thank you.